Have you ever wished for the ability to time travel? Undo all the stupid mistakes that you did with the stock market and crypto? Well, look no further! Come to China and experience 2020 all over again. Yes, it feels like we are back in 2020 at the start of the pandemic. Since April 2022, Beijing has entered a lockdown. I mean, pseudo-lockdown. Tomatoes, whatever you want to call it. You know it's difficult times here when many die-hard China-loving foreigners start packing up. But who cares, right? Because right now, there's global warming, there are people starving, and Shanghai is in a tight lockdown, and apparently there's a war going on. I didn't know that, because the only thing that's exploding right now on the internet is the crypto and the stock bubble. Well, depends on who you follow. Oh, yeah, and let's not forget about this.
My dog stepped on a bee.
But in Beijing, we never lose out. So, we have our own bubble as well. And no, it's not your regular bubble tea. Since early this year, we were advised by the authorities not to travel outside of Beijing, thus essentially creating a tiny little travel bubble. But then one fine day, all the planets in the galaxy decided to line up like ducks in a beautiful night sky. We've got a tiny surge of cases, just a little bit. And then people were on their toes, like, are we gonna be like Shanghai? But you know what? Right after that, nothing major happened. The situation was under control. It was not until a few weeks later that the Chaoyang district got a sudden surge of cases. And boy, that was it. I mean, as if it was Resurrection Sunday, panic buying was back from the dead. So it wasn't long before everyone had to get their 3 deep throat experience within a 6-day period. Immediately after that, there was a spike in cases in a few other districts in Beijing. Well, which was no surprise, because you're bound to find some cockroaches hiding in the closet if you look hard enough. Suddenly, to go anywhere, you're now required to have a green code plus a negative result taken within 48 hours. Yeah, so we have to dig deep every other day. Otherwise, we can't go anywhere. Well, not that there's anywhere for us to go, because a few days later, restaurants weren't allowed to operate. Some public transport routes got cancelled, and then more cases appeared. But you know what? Jokes aside, you know, it's really weird that people are still getting COVID despite how tight the current situation is. Take this guy in Shanghai, for example. He was in a tight lockdown for God knows how long, and he still managed to get it.
How is that even possible? It just baffles my mind.
Some public spaces, public transports are limited. All of the restaurants are closed. Travelling outside of Beijing is more troublesome than going to Mars. But it's still not considered as a lockdown here. We're not in lockdown. We're in denial. You know what? These days, COVID testing occurs every day. I don't even bother checking if I need to get tested. Every day I just head down to my community and join the great queue of China. I'm even friends with the dudes in white already. Yesterday, or actually it might be a few days ago, we were required to register the number of people living in each household. I think that's because if the community goes into lockdown, they would be able to ration the right amount of food for everyone. Sounds good, but you know what? Fingers crossed that things don't turn out that way. God, I miss travelling. God, I miss eating out. Oh, that dumpling. Wait!